Can you hear me now?
Yes, madam.
Okay. I think it just got connected to my headphones, and that's why you aren't able to hear me. And I'm talking here for the last like 7, 8 minutes. So I will just repeat everything. And apologies for that. Perfect. So I will just start from the beginning. I think you've seen my screen. Can you see my screen? Can you let me know in the comments if you can see the screen of the project? Yes. Okay. Great. Great. So to start with the walkthrough, I will maybe go back to agenda just for a second. So yeah, we will be talking about walkthroughs today, and I will show you step by step how to create them. And I will tell you how to set camera angles, how to go through camera settings and all of that for seamless and high quality walkthrough experience. So we will go back to our walkthrough edits. So first we'll go to take render. And from here, we can click on Create Walkthrough. Um, I will go with the new one just to show you exactly. So we go to Take Render and Create a Walkthrough, and I will just start with the new one. So as you can see, we have low density and high density to choose from. With low density, there is minimum number of cameras used, so you can't add any more cameras. That's a very standard walkthrough experience. So um, you like some of the textures, they might not be visible, and some of the products, they might look bulky, but the credit consumption is lower. With the high density, you can add as many cameras as you want. That's a high quality walkthrough experience, but the credit consumption is a bit higher. You don't need to pay attention to that credit info here, because you can delete some cameras. Like this is just like an information on the number of the cameras that are actually added into your project for the walkthrough, but you don't need as many cameras. So we will choose the high density and I will click on proceed, and you will see what I'm talking about. So as you can see, like we have loads cameras here, we have loads cameras here. So each camera has a 360 point view. So if we click on any camera, now for example, this one for the bathroom, then as you can see, you can move it around, and each camera has a 360 point view. So for smaller spaces, 2 cameras, that's maximum of the cameras that you need. Even for like bigger bedrooms, you can use one in one corner, and then you can move the other one to the other corner. To move the camera, we just click on it. So it highlight like in orange, and then we can move it anywhere else. I will show you how to rotate it in a second. Now to delete cameras, we click on the camera that we don't want to use, and we click on delete keyboard or delete key on our keyboard. And now you have an information, then this camera will be deleted permanently and you will no longer be able to use it. And we just click on confirm. Now for some spaces, for example, this hallway here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cameras. I'll see if I can delete any more of them. So in some spaces, you won't be able to delete cameras because otherwise you won't have like a seamless walkthrough experience. So you might have that in your, like just to consider that as well. So, okay, so we have, I can delete this one. And now I will leave these 4 cameras for seamless walkthrough experience. Now in my living room and kitchen area, I have too many cameras. So like I have one in my laundry room. I will put one into my utility room. And now I will leave, let's say, 3 in my kitchen area. One I can move here in the middle. And I can delete the ones that I don't need. I'll try delete this one here as well. So you just go through the cameras and you just delete the ones that you won't be using. Okay, we'll delete this one. And now we can move this one just a bit here. Okay, now in this room as well, I always try to put one in one corner and then the other one in opposite corner. Now to select angle of the camera. So when you're creating, like when the walkthrough will be created, it will look seamless and it will just go like, you know, from the view that you want it to go. Then we click on the camera and on this screen on your right, we move it. And as you can see, when you move it, then the angle of the camera is moving as well. So you can set it to any angle you want. Then let's say we'll go with this one. We don't want it to be facing to the wall. We want it to be facing to the inside of the room. And now you can do that with all the cameras. So you can just set them and you can set the angles of each camera. Now to add cameras, if by any reason you need more cameras, then in the top center of your screen, you have an option to add cameras. So you just click on the plus and now you just place camera whatever you need it. You can also reset all the cameras. So like if you want all of them to be in a place when you open your walkthrough, you can go back to that as well. Now we click on escape on our keyboard. And I might actually delete this one because we don't need it. Okay, so now when we have our angles set, then we can go to our settings. So we have lighting settings. The lighting settings, they look identical as in renders. So we can go and choose our environment because like, of course, we have windows there. So we will see what's behind the windows. So we can choose the environment that we want. Now you can click here and switch to 3D mode. So if you will switch to 3D mode, you can go to any of the cameras. And now you can go to settings and set settings from here. So you can rotate the view, for example, because like, you know, from here, you can see what you're doing. So it's different than like, you know, in walkthrough. So it's better just to switch to 3D mode and now go through all the settings. We can also go to product lighting and you can start adding all the lights that you have in your project. So you can go room by room. So now we can click on this camera or just click here on next camera and you can add all the lights. Sorry. That are visible. So you can go room by room and add all the lights. Now you can steer them. So you can choose which lights are on and which lights are off. So you just go room by room and you're adding your lights. Then we have the preset, so you can go through that as well. With the product lighting, we will choose, for example, a medium over our product lighting for like a nice walkthrough experience, nice and bright. You can also steer the sun, so we can create like a lovely shadows where your clients will open the walkthrough that will look even more realistic, that will like, you know, add a bit more into the walkthrough. So the walkthrough experience will be even better, the quality will be higher and it will just look way more realistic. Now we can go to camera settings. So with the camera settings, we can set starting point. Now we will go back to our 2D mode. And so the starting point, that's where your walkthrough will open. So for me, I will open my walkthrough with the first camera here. So that will be this camera. And now, as you can see, that's this one here. So I will choose it as a starting point and I will click on set starting point. So that will be my camera, the first camera when my clients will open the walkthrough. That's what they will see. Now we can do camera order. So we can set camera order. So you can guide your client through the walkthrough and then you will just click on play and it will play from, let's say that we have 20 cameras, so it will play from camera 1 to camera 20. Now you just simply drag it and put it in place. So let's say that we go from this camera, we go into our office. So like this camera is first, so we simply drag it at the beginning. Now this will be our second camera. So I'll drag it here. This will be our third camera. And you can do that with all the cameras. So you will see that it's highlighted like in a light pink. Now we can go to, let's say, here, kitchen and living room. And we will order, like we will set the order for each of our cameras. Now, when you have that done, we can click on generate. And now you have an information of how many credits you actually require. Now I will cancel that and I will show you finished walkthrough. And you can see how that looks. Okay, I'll just open this project here and I will show you the finished walkthrough of the same space. Now you will see that you can interact with it as well because you can either click on play or you can choose which cameras you want, or like, you can use your trackpad or a mouse and like you can move around it. So the first information is that when the walkthrough is generated, so we have the walkthrough here, and you will open it, then it will open in a new tab, and you will have a link that you can share with your customers. So it's not like photo that you're downloading a photo and like, like a render and send it to your clients. It's a link. And you can copy that link. Mm, sorry. I'd say internet connection. So I'll just reopen again and I will show you the finished walkthrough. So we just click on the finish walkthrough. Neo Magic Tour is opening in a new tab, and we have the link that we can share with our clients, and then they can open it at their end. Okay, so now we can either click on play and our walkthrough will play for us. And as you can see, each camera will turn around and then it will move to another camera that I set in the order, in my order. So as you can see, now we went to our office. If you don't want to do that, then you can just simply pause it and you can rotate it yourself. You can go all the way 360. So you're able to pause it and unpause it at any point. Then you can also switch to, let's say, different camera. And again, you can move it around and see, or you can click on play and it will play on for you. As you can see on the high quality, like you can see all the textures, we can see shadows, you can see that the lights are on or off, we can see the environment behind, even like, in such a small rooms, like pantry or utility room or bathroom, you're able to move around and see each of the walls, each cabinet. Now let's go to the bathroom. So we have sun shadows. As you can see, sun is nicely shining through the window, creating lovely shadows, and all the textures are visible, all the reflections. So that's how your high density walkthrough will look like at the end. Yeah, how do you get the playback? Yeah, you just when it will be generated, like your render, then you just click on it, you open it, and it will open in a new tab with a link that you can share with your customers. So now if you have any questions, I can answer them. When you finish your walkthrough, you can always go inside and like, make some changes. So let's say that you will play it and you think that you need maybe like one or two cameras more, then you can simply click on any of the walkthroughs and go to edit, even this one that it's finished, go to edit and it will open and then you can start working on it. Do we have any questions about walkthroughs? Like, did you have any problems while doing them? Or did you try even creating walkthroughs? No questions at all? What I can say that the walkthroughs, they can be only done for one floor project. So like we don't have a function yet to do them for multi-floor projects. So that's like, just for your information. Yeah, for anyone who's wondering where you can find the recordings, they're available on YouTube and also you can you will have them emailed to you. Can it be done in the backyard? I presume it can. I never did it on a backyard, but let me open a project. I have like a backyard done here and we'll see. If you will if you will create a backyard out of like the rooms, how you're creating your full project, then I'm sure that the software will read it as like as another room and you will be able to create a walkthrough on the outside as well. So as you can see, we have like a garden area here. And now we'll go to create walkthrough, high density, proceed. Like it's a large house. So as you can see, like, we have loads and loads of cameras. And now I'll see if we can actually move them into grass area. Yeah, yeah, you're able to move them. And again, you're able to rotate them. And then like, we can add different environment. Like I didn't add any walls here because I just need to add hedging it's in a countryside, so like there's no walls, it's only hedging. So like I just need to add hedging there. But yeah, you can put the cameras wherever you want, so you're able to do that with the outside as well. As you can see, there's so many cameras here that you will have to delete some. If you will set the angle of the camera, for example, and then when you will move it, it will move. So for example, we have this one and I have it set here. And now I'm coming back to this one and it's in different position. Sorry, then start to restart your project. Because whatever you will rotate them to, like, the angle that you choose, then they should stay within that angle. So like, if it's not working for you, then you can just refresh your project and then it should start working. Is the placement of the camera height always default? For walkthroughs, yes. For walkthroughs, yes. It's like it's on your eye level. So like, it's like it's comfortable when you're walking around. Like it's not too high, it's not too low. So yes, it's always on, like, on eye level. Has anyone created a walkthrough already? Um, I don't think if we have settings to change the camera height, like you can do that in on renders, but we'd create walkthroughs. Like even if we will go till we only have like a lighting settings. So with the lighting settings, you're like, you're not able to choose height of the camera. So height of the camera is default. Yeah, and it's just like, each room has it on the same level. So like you don't have any ups and downs. So it's just like, you just create it so you have like a seamless experience. If you for example would be able to change the height of the cameras, then when you will play, then it will be, jumping from like a higher point then to the lower point. And well, because they all have default height, then like, the experience is more seamless. Do we have any more questions, or you know everything and now you can try and create a walkthrough? Does Fire drop them in for you? Do you mean cameras?
Yes, like when you want to do the walkthrough, does it drop it in for you naturally so you don't have to do it yourself?
Well, like they are dropped, but usually they are either like, in one place. Like you might have one room with one camera, and then you might have one room with like a five or six cameras. So like you always have to move them around. I never had a walkthrough where like, where I opened it and the cameras were all in a place that I wanted them to be. So like, either I have to change the angle or I have to move them around. Even like with this one in ground floor, as you can see, like, there's just so many of them. I don't need as many cameras, and like they are located, like I have fewer cameras here than they are, like I have loads of smaller rooms here, so maybe like that's why there's like they're just squashed up over there. So no, like you will have to go through the cameras, you will have to delete them, and or like add them or change their position. It's not as time consuming as you think it might be, because like it's a really easy thing to do. So yeah, but like just to have that in mind, that that you just have to go around them and like edit them a bit. Okay, let's wait for another 2 3 minutes. If you don't have any questions, then I think that's great, because you like you understand everything and you know how to do it, and we can end the session earlier. But I will just wait a few more minutes in case something will come up.
I have a question. You clicked on every light. Do you have to do that?
No, if you don't want to, for example, steer them, like to choose which light is on or which light is off, then you don't have to, because like you can either choose for all of them to be on or all of them to be off. So that's only like if you want to maybe create like a special atmosphere in one of the rooms or things like that. So no, you don't have to. You don't have to.
If you had that corridor you had and you had the sconces, would you turn them on or off because you have that huge window at the end?
But to just to add more light. Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Great. Yeah. But yeah, but that's totally up to you. Like, you don't there, that's we have a function in renders and in walkthroughs where you can choose the lights, and then you can choose whether they're on or off. But that, that's not necessity. So it's literally up to you. I put them all on here just to like, show how they reflect the light. And again, because like, of the environment, some of the trees like, might be just straight in your windows, and then like, I didn't want it to be too dark.
On the render, do you choose if it's 4K or 12K? Or I mean, sorry, with the walkthrough.
No, with the walkthrough, you have either high density or low density. So like you're not choosing in between like 2K, 4K or 12K. It's low density and high density. For renders, you can go up to 12K. Like the quality, it's not maybe as great as the 12K, but as you can see the textures, like even on the rug and like, all the reflections and on the wallpapers. So like, you can see that the quality is good. How do you turn on the lights? You either can choose them. So let me go back to, I'll just refresh it and I will go back. So you have an option the same as on renders. You can choose the lights, and for example, you can choose which one is on, which one is off, or you can simply turn them on or all on, or turn them all off. So like that's your choice. So just let me quickly go to walkthrough. So as you can see here, if I want to set the lights, I will go to lighting. From here, I will switch to 3D mode. And now I can go to product lighting and I can add lights. So if you will add them, then you can steer which one is on, which one is off. Then if you won't do it, then you can turn all of them on and then just choose the intensity of the lights, or you can simply switch them all off. So like you don't have to go room by room and choosing all the lights. That's up to you. No worries. Okay, I can see that some of the participants are leaving already, so I don't think that we have any more questions. Thank you for being here with us, and we'll see you next week on another office hours session. You're welcome, Julie. Thanks to all of you guys. Take care. Have a lovely day.